So tell me about what you've got here today.
So we've got my wand master turntable, which is about €7,500. The 10-inch dark light, which Tonearm, which I introduced last year.
And what's the length of this one?
The new one is 12 inches, and so that's about €8,900.
How would you compare the sound of the two?
Well, it's interesting. You know, I've made arms for more than 10 years, and I know the differences a longer arm can make. With this tapered arm, it's more of a difference than I expected.
In a good way.
In a great way, yeah. It's like the noise floor is just a lot lower. And I think it's because
not everybody thinks a longer arm sounds better.
no, well, most of them don't, because most arms are starting to break up in the 100 to 200 hertz region, and you make it 30% longer and it's got 30% more resonant. So it means that most tone arms, almost all of the audio band is in a resonant mode, whereas, you know, my arms tend to be 8 to 10 times stiffer than that.
Why is that?
Well, I started off making bigger diameter, which is like, because stiffness is related to the fourth power of radius, and so but the tapered arms are even better because it spreads the harmonics at an uneven mode, which means it doesn't emphasize it.
Interesting.
And it's stiffer again. But the 12-inch, I think what's happened is because it's got, the front end is the same, but the back end's got longer and bigger, so it's got even stiffer. Because tone arms are all about, they're not so much about geometry, they're really more about how you deal with vibration, because 99.9% of the output of a cartridge is vibration, only like 0.1% is the actual electrical signal. So you're pumping a lot of vibration either both down the arm and into the record at the same time.
Interesting.
So we've got a DS Audio E3 cartridge, which is their basic model, which is about €2,500, and we start using that because the Mavis amplifiers are from Vietnam, and so their phono stage had an optical input, so it seemed a good opportunity to try it. They're interesting that they're tube hybrids. The power amp or integrated amp is a tube transistor transformer, and it's about 90 watts output, but there's a lot of class A. It gets really hot.
Yeah.
The speakers are the French brand Apertura, and this is a new Kalibrator Evo, so I understand that the Kalibrator was one of their first models and they've been asked to reintroduce it. They're about €15,000 for a pair.
Great. Well, let's listen.
Working on the chain gang. Don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. All day long they work so hard till the sun is going down. Working on the highways and byways and sometimes wearing a little frown. You hear them moaning the lies away, then you'll hear somebody say, that's the sound of the men working on the chain. But I know, darling, that you do. If I did, I would kneel down